Hey Divas, welcome and welcome back. It's your girl Keisha here with another video, and today, girl, we are setting up the month of February. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? We're about to get into it. I have my budget planner and I have my planner to see what I have going on this month so we can plan our money accordingly, girl. So if you like budgeting, cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings, challenges, planning, every and all things that have to do with your money, then I would love for you to subscribe, but more importantly, don't move. I'm also going to be doing my first giveaway for the month of February. This month we're doing 14 giveaways, so make sure you stay to the end so you can find out how you can win today's gifts. All right, now let's get into it, today's video. All right, Divas, so today we are working from my 2024 budget planner. This is a PDF that's available in my Etsy shop, and we are going to open up and come straight over to February. And is it just me, or was January like a start a month? Like, you know, like it's cold outside and you start your car up because you're still like doing things in the house and you just want the car to be ready when you're ready to go. So you're still being productive behind the scenes, but you're just not quite ready to go. That's how January was for me. Like, it was super busy. It went by super quick. And I just didn't have a chance to track my budgeting. I have everything written down. I did a lot of transactions like on my card. So I need to go back and fill in January because we're not about to start this budget plan and I have a whole empty January, girl. So I'm going to go back and back budget. But for February, we're going to start off on a good track and we're going to get it together. So to make life easier for me and you, I'm just going to pull these sheets out and we're going to put the book to the side. So this is my monthly snapshot. On this page, I like to highlight just the important things. This page, you can write down all your bills. You can do all of that. I have a separate section in the planner where I actually write my bills and when they're due, so I don't want it to be redundant. Plus, I have a lot of bills that kind of fall on the same date. So you will see like 50 million bills due on the 1st. And that's not how I want this page to look. I just really want to highlight main things that my money is going to outside of my bills for the month. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead, put the dates on, make it look pretty, because you know budgeting doesn't have to be boring. So let me go ahead and do what I can do, girl. Okay. No, that might have been a little crazy, but this is what I have going on for February. February is Valentine's Day, also Black History Month. So I have a lot of stuff going on. So I get paid on the 1st. My husband and I have a date night. We're going to a Mardi Gras ball on Saturday the 3rd. I have Galentine's and my girlfriend's on the 8th. My HOA dues are due on the 10th, but I'd like to pay the day before. My chapter dues for my sorority, I need to pay it on the 11th. I didn't go to the meeting last month, so I'm going this month to pay my dues. The 14th is Valentine's Day, so I'm sure I'm going to have plans here. I left this blank because I hadn't made plans yet for the family. My kids are on winter break from the 16th through the 19th, I think. I have to check the 19th. They go back the 20th. And then the 24th is father-daughter dance. So again, I just like to highlight the expenses that I have outside of my bills. See, my HOA dues, I don't pay that every month. That's an annual thing, so I wanted to highlight that. And, you know, planning my outings with my friends or my husband or whatever are also things I like to highlight because, girl, I'm going to be spending money. Okay, so anything that is requiring my coins, I'm going to highlight. The more you can prepare for expenses, the better you'll be, I think. Okay, so the pretty stuff is done. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. So the next part of my budget that I absolutely love is my monthly snapshot. So on this sheet, I'm going to write down pretty much what I highlighted here. My income, my projected income for the month, and my major events and expenses I have this month. Then we're going to go ahead, I'm going to fill in my monthly financial goals. My monthly financial goals would tie into my quarterly goals, and my quarterly goals, remember, they tie into my annual goals. So we'll go and check those out, and then we'll come over here and we'll work on our monthly budgets. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the first part, and then I'll come back and explain. Before I do the total everything out, for this month, I'm going to be using 2 of my sinking funds. Typically, when you add sinking funds back into your budget, it's considered income because it's money that you're going to be using. So I'm just going to pull my budget planner out here. Okay, so here we are with my sinking funds and savings challenges. This tracker is a 3-month tracker. Remember, my budget planner works on 90-day increments. So I didn't really do a cash stuffing this month. I only did my month ahead. So for this month, I'm going to be using 2 of my sinking funds. So Valentine's Day, I had $70 in there. I'm going to go ahead and add that here. And my HOA dues, I had $380. I'm going to go ahead and add. I'm going to be using more than I actually saved, but at least I have something to add towards it, okay? So now that we have everything together, let me go ahead and add it up. Okay, so for February, my projected income is $15,423, okay? So now let's move down here for my major events expected this month. And I did highlight a few, like I said, on the other page, but I do have a few more. So I'm gonna fill this in and I'll get back to you. So my major events this month are my HOA dues, which I mentioned, $900. My sorority dues around $500. Vacay deposit, $1,800. So I told you ladies before that there are 4 main vacations we want to take this year: spring break, summer vacation, fall break, and 1 vacation over the holiday season. So I found a really good deal for our fall break, which is in September. So I want to go ahead and put a deposit down for that this month. So that's $1,800. And honey girl, we're still working on this car. Now my car is not broken down. I'm very grateful to my husband. He stays on top of it. And what we've done is we've just taken we were to the point where we need like a major service. And if you know about cars, or if you have someone in your life that knows about cars, you really don't need to do that all at one time. So we've just been kind of just like doing little things along the way. So we're probably going to be doing these car maintenance maybe this month and maybe next month. So $350 to that. So these are the major events this month. Now, I know I have my girlfriends and my ball and all of that stuff, and I'll budget for that on the next sheet, but like these are major. So I want to just highlight this, okay? Next, my monthly financial goals, and I really want to go back to my quarterly goals for this page, for this part. Okay, so for my 90-day goals, and I'm really going to say, like I told you, it was a wash for me for January. I really didn't tackle a lot of these things. So I'm really going to be working towards that this month. For debt, I'm going to tackle one of these. I'm going to start working on, we're going to book a travel. I want to do spring or summer this 90 days, and I still may do that, but we're going to do spring. And I'm going to do some investing. And I'm going to work on my savings challenges. Okay. So again, let me come back here and just write down some goals that correlate with this. Okay, let's go over my monthly financial goals. So I'm going to pay off my Georgia tax debt. I think that's about $337 left. I'm just going to go ahead and pay that out. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to make additional weekly payments. We get paid once a month, and I don't want to just like throw the entire $300 because I want to make sure I'm able to cover everything else. So I'll be able to manage that by making payments every week until I complete it by the end of the month. My next goal are savings goals. So I want to save 1,000 towards my savings challenges and sinking funds, especially since I didn't get to do anything really last month. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to budget accordingly, girl. So we're going to get to the monthly budget here in a second. Next, I need to work on my kids' savings account. So they have a savings account with Charles Schwab. I always mess up the name. I think that's Charles Schwab. I think I might have mentioned that before in a previous video, but we really need to get to a point where I'm just doing an auto enrollment. I mean, like an auto payment. So once a month, once every 2 weeks, whatever, I'm just deciding on an amount with my husband and just go ahead and getting that on an automatic payment. So I'm just not putting money in there randomly. I want that to be consistent. The next is like my family bucket. And I want to book the fall vacation, which I mentioned right here. I'm gonna do that by just paying the deposit, girl. And I want to complete the basement framing. If you're not new here, I've been renovating my basement for quite some time, and it's taken us quite some time because we've been doing a lot of DIY. But now we're to the point I just need to get over this hump and just push through. So my framing is done. I just have a little odds and ends I need to get done. I just want to hire someone to knock it out and be done with that stage of the basement. So if I can get that done, pass the framing inspection, then it's pretty much downhill after that. So this is my monthly snapshot. This is my monthly goals for the month. And every time I budget throughout the month in my weekly budget, I'm going to be working towards these goals. Next and last and mainly most important is my monthly budget. This gives me a snapshot of everything I have going on for the month. You know, just really give me an idea if the money I have is enough to do the things I want to do. This makes it easier for me when I'm doing my weekly paycheck budgeting, and I'll know right off the back if, girl, can we do this Galentine's? Can I do this cruise deposit? Can I do all the things I said I wanted to do over here? So one thing I like about this workbook, I really thought about all the things that can make my life easier as a budgeter. And that one of those things is my bill payment tracker. So I've written down all my bills. This is my bills, and then I have one for my debt because I'm tracking those two things separately. So using these two sheets will help me fill this out so I can kind of know what I have going on for the month. So I'm going to fill this out, and then I will be right back. Girl, that was a close one. All right, let me walk you through. Okay, so my housing expenses for the month of February is gonna be $3,083. My food is $865. That's a little higher because my kids are gonna be home for a couple days. Transportation is $1649. That's because, again, like I said, we're getting some work done to the car this month. So that includes that, and I also include my insurance and everything. I just want one category that tells me how much my car is going to cost me for that particular month. Next, for debt, because I'm going to pay off one of these creditors, I'm at $2174. For insurances, home insurance, life insurance, all the things, I'm at $593. My savings challenge and sinking fund investments, I'm going to spend $1,030. My kids are going to be $480. They're a little high this month because I have a couple things going on. My daughter's soccer season is starting in the coming weeks, so I have to pay for her uniform. She also has a father-daughter dance this month that I need to pay for, so that kind of put their category up a little bit. For personal care, we're at $703. Entertainment, we're at $2,600. Again, we're high because, like I mentioned, I need to make that deposit for one of our trips. And we have our date night for that ball we're going to. And then, like I mentioned, I have some things I want to do with my girlfriends along the course of the month. Oh, girl, I messed this whole thing up. I forgot to include my dues and all of those things. Let me come back around and fix all of this. Okay, I had to make some changes, and I'm probably still going to be in the negative, but I'll tell you how I'll fix that. So I fixed the housing to $39.83. What else changed? Okay, let me just add this up and see what I got. Okay, so right now I'm sitting at negative 243, and I'm okay with that, and I'll explain that to you. The deposit for the trip, some personal care items, I usually inflate those numbers just so that I make sure I cover myself. So I don't believe I'm going to spend that. Let me just change the color of this. So I inflated that, and then when I pay myself $600, I can probably give myself a couple more dollars more if I need it. So even though I'm in the red, I can make room for that. This is why I love this. So just imagine if you took all the money you had coming in for the month, and you had all these plans to do all these things, and you were able to break it down like this. It'll really tell you whether or not you can do all the things you want to do. So there's some things like the 243. I tell my kids, we're gonna be home these days. You know, this $150, y'all just gonna have to sit at home and pay your Robux. You know, so there are ways for me to get around that $243, but at least I know for the most part I can cover 99% of my expenses, which is what I wanted. So I'm absolutely excited for February, and if anything, girl, that's just making me want to grind more. That's making me want to grind more so I can have more income, so I can do the things that not only that I want to do, but that I need to do. And again, I enjoy having this ring system so I could just pop things in. Having this accessible made it much easier for me to plan out my month. So today we went ahead, we did our monthly spend for February, kind of highlighted the areas where we have things that we're going to be spending money on. We went ahead, did our monthly snapshot, just seeing the income I'm projecting to bring in this month and the major expenses we have. We established my monthly financial goals, and more importantly, we did the work and figured out where exactly this money is going and how we're going to use it for the entire month of February. Next on the agenda, not today, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and set up paycheck 1 for February. Okay, I'm glad you stayed to the end, because today, like I mentioned earlier, we are going to do my first giveaway for the month of February. I'm going to be doing 14 giveaways this month because it's Valentine's Day on the 14th. So I hope to be pushing out 14 pieces of content. Yeah. So pretty much every video, which is why you want to subscribe, I will be doing a giveaway. So today's giveaway, we're going to start with the biggest and the baddest. And today's giveaway is going to be my budget bundle. This budget bundle is amazing. It has everything you need to start your budgeting journey. In the beginning of this video, we already established that January was like we have to get things in motion kind of month. So if you haven't started your budgeting journey and you wanted to start budgeting and you haven't done so just because life's been lifing, this is the perfect bundle for you to go ahead and get that going. And if you don't win, you can still buy this directly off my TikTok shop or off my Etsy shop if you just want to go ahead and buy it outright. And I will be doing a 10% discount on that for those of you that just want to go ahead and buy it outright. And this is the code to use. I'll put the code right here at checkout for you to use if you want to go ahead and just go and get the budget bundle outright. But if you want to enter the giveaway, here are the things you need to do. You need to follow your girl on TikTok Instagram, and here on YouTube, and just give me a screenshot. You can send me a screenshot of all 3 things at my Instagram. I understand a lot of people don't have TikTok, but most people do have Instagram. So just go ahead and follow me on those 3 platforms and just send me the screenshot at my IG. All of that information is going to be right here, and it'll be listed down below. And then in the comment section, just tell me, oh, what was your best part about today's video? What was your best part about today's video? Okay, so just 4 things. Follow me here on YouTube. If you're already a follower, then that part is done. So just send me a screenshot of you subscribe, because I don't have access. I can't see that you've subscribed. So you have to show me you subscribe. Show that you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Just send me that over on IG. And on the bottom, just let me know what you liked about today's video, because I like to know what you like about the video, so that as I'm going through the year, I can see what you're interested in, what you're not interested, and so forth and so on. This bundle, again, has everything you need, and I'll announce the winner in my next video. Okay, I might do it in my next video or on my community tab page. Just depends how many of you enter. I'm telling you, everything that I'm asking is free for you, but it means so much to me for you just to take those few steps to let me know that you enjoy my content and that you actually want the budget bundle. So that is it for everyone else. Again, thanks for staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I can't wait to do these awesome giveaways for the entire month. So like always, I'll see you in the next one. Later.